All right, ladies. Example number 4. Solve and graph the absolute value inequality. Write the solution in interval notation. Okay, so we have now solved inequalities and compound inequalities. We have solved absolute value equations. We're now going to put those two things together. We're going to have an inequality that contains an absolute value. So for example, we have 3 minus 9 absolute value k plus 2 is greater than negative 15. I'm going to start by subtracting 3 from both sides. This gives me negative 9. Absolute value k plus 2 is greater than negative 18. Okay, don't distribute the negative 9. Remember, the absolute value, it's not parentheses, so you can't distribute it. Instead, divide both sides by negative 9. Remind me, what happens when you multiply or divide an inequality symbol by a negative number? Just shout it out. The symbol switches around. So when I divide by this negative 9, my inequality symbol changes. And now I have k plus 2 is less than 2. You good to go, Ella? No, you're good. On the computer, I mean. Oh, yeah. You're good? Okay. And could you put away the drink? Thanks. Can you guys put away that thing? Thank you. If anyone else has food or drink other than water, just put it on a side table or in a bag. Yes. This one? I can leave it there for a moment. Sure. If anyone still needs this one, I'll leave this up here for a sec. No, someone requested that I go back to the previous practice problem, so this is where we finished the last class. How much more time do you guys think you need? 10 seconds, 30 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes? What do you think? Or are you done? Does anyone need more time? Anyone need a little more time? Maybe 30 more seconds, a minute? 30, okay. Sure. All right. Anyone need a little bit more time? Okay. All right. Moving back to here. Is everyone okay up to this step? Are there any questions on how I got to there? Okay. Now, if this was an absolute value equation, at this point you would split, and this would equal both 2 and negative 2. with an inequality, same thing, except now when you split, you're going to get k plus 2 is less than 2, positive 2, and k plus 2 is greater than negative 2. So you have both the positive and the negative, but the negative is going to have a flipped sign. So you split it, you have 2 and negative 2. The negative counterpart, you're going to flip the sign. All right. Any questions on the split? Yes.
For the negative, like when you make the negative equation, you always have to flip the sign.
Yes. Any other questions? Yes.
On Math Excel, it told me to do the negative equation first.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, that's fine. Any other questions on this step? Okay. From here, you just solve these separately. So I'm going to start by subtracting 2 from both sides. Over here, 2 minus 2 is 0, so k is less than 0. Over here, negative 2 minus 2 is negative 4, so k is greater than negative 4. So k is less than 0, k is greater than negative 4. Basically, k is in between negative 4 and 0. So you can write it like this. All right, any questions on this one, on the solution? Do you guys feel like you could graph this? Okay, go ahead and graph it. When you have your answer, please hold up your board. Yes. Open circle, so yes. Yes. You got it. Once you get it right, please check in with your teammates, make sure everyone's okay. All right, everyone got it? Here is the answer. So the arrows go between negative 4 and 0. The circles are open because the inequality symbols are not underlined. Any questions on the graph? All right, please give me interval notation. Please give me interval notation. It's not right, sorry. Yes. No, sorry. Yes. Notice the arrows are going together. Yes. Hold on. Who am I still waiting for? You guys, right? you guys have an answer? No? Sorry. Let's go over it. Okay, so it's just the space from -4 to 0, so that's all you have. So remember, you only use the infinities if the arrow is going off the edges of the number line. You only use a U or an OR if there's a gap. And in this case, there is no gap. All right, any questions on the interval notation before we do the next one? Okay, so practice. Solve and graph the absolute value inequality. Write the solution in interval notation. Okay, so this next portion. All right, for those of you watching this video, sorry about the glitch. Hopefully it'll work fine now. Okay, so the big difference between this problem and the last problem is that we have fractions. It will be okay. Do you guys feel like, we'll solve it in steps. Do you guys feel like you could isolate the absolute value here? I'm seeing some nodding, some shaking heads. What would I do to get this absolute value all by itself? Tell me. I would add 3/4 to both sides. So that's what you want to do. Please add 3/4 to both sides. When you have your absolute value isolated, hold up your board. It's not right, sorry. Make sure you get a common denominator. It's not right, sorry. Make sure you get a common denominator. When you add fractions, you need to get a common denominator and then add the numerators.
Wait, is it going to be?
That's right. Get a common denominator and add the numerators. Sorry. Don't give me the mixed number, just an improper fraction. Looks like we might need to review how to add fractions. So what are you multiplying the 2 by to get a common denominator? So you multiply top and bottom by 4. That gives you 8/4, right? You guys take it from there. I'll give you guys 1 more minute, then we'll go over it. So you're not getting a common denominator. You can't just add across. You have to get the bottom numbers to be the same first. Should we just go over it? All right, so teams 1 and 4. Help me out here. So just teams 1 and 4. We know that we are adding 3/4. So tell me, if I need to represent 2 as a fraction, what do I put it over? 1. Okay, so just teams 1 and 4. I need to get my bottom numbers to be the same. What do I multiply top and bottom by? 4. So just teams 1 and 4. You guys got it. Okay, so when I multiply top and bottom by 4, I get 8/4 plus 3/4. You guys with me so far? Now that the bottoms are the same, now I can add the numerators. What is 8 plus 3? 11. And the denominator stays the same. Does that make sense? You guys put 5 over 4 at one point. Did you subtract? I think so. Okay. All right. So here's what we have so far now. So you add 3 over 4 to both sides. Now we have the absolute value of p plus 1/2 is greater than or equal to 11 over 4. So now we need to split. When I split these, I'm going to get p plus 1/2 is greater than or equal to 11 over 4. And p plus 1/2 is less than or equal to negative 11 over 4. And notice that with the negative counterpart, the inequality symbol flips around. Are there any questions on how I got this step? Yes?
Why would you have to split it?
So anytime you have an absolute value, you have to deal with both the positive and the negative. And if it's an inequality, for the negative part, you have to flip the sign.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. Okay, do you guys feel like you can solve this? More fractions, I know. Please solve this. When you have your solution, hold up your board. Yes. Please solve both of them and give me your solution. You can give it to me like as one thing or with an or in the middle. It's not right. I'm sorry. It's not right. I'm sorry. Sorry? Yeah, you're solving both. Make sure you get a common denominator when you subtract the 1/2. And pay attention to your negatives. The number on the right is correct. The number on the left is incorrect. And it's gonna be an or. They're not gonna be going towards each other. They're not gonna be going towards each other. But I'll give it to you. Yes. Great job. First one's right, but don't put an equal sign. Just put a greater than or equal to. All right, teams 1 and 4, you guys got this. You're halfway there. Just need to do the last part. Yes. Yes. All right, everyone got it? Here is the answer. So when you subtract 1/2 from both sides, 11 over 4 minus 1/2, you need to multiply the 1/2 by 2, you get 9 over 4. Over here, negative 11 over 4 minus 1/2, multiply the 1/2 by 2. Oh, wait, it's over here. There we go. Negative 11 over 4 minus, or negative 11 minus 2, negative 13. So we have P is greater than or equal to 9 over 4. P is less than or equal to negative 13 over 4. And the reason it's or is because the arrows are going away from each other. It's greater than the positive number and less than the negative number. Do you guys feel like you could graph this? Yeah, you could, if you want, just draw a number line with a dash for negative 13 over 4 and a dash for 9 over 4. And that's fine. All right, when you have your graph, please hold up your board. They're not, the arrows aren't going towards each other. Oh, because remember that little trick I gave you where so we can figure out which way it's going. The circles are closed, but yes. Yes. 3 and 4, great job. It's not from 0. That's right. Also circle. So you keep putting it at 1/2. Don't put anything here. You have closed circles here and here. They don't go towards each other. Yes. All right, here is the answer. My graph smeared just a little bit. I apologize. So negative 13 over 4 is like, what is it, negative 3 1/4, and 9 over 4 is like 2 1/2. Sorry, 2 1/4, let me say. All right, any questions on the graph? Can you guys give me interval notation? Please give me interval notation. Brackets, but you got it. Brackets. Oh. Yeah, because the inequality symbol is underlined. Oh, because negative 13 over 4 is like negative 3 1/4. 9 over 4 is like 2 1/4. You can just put it like that, yeah. It's not right because the arrows aren't going towards each other. Notice there's a gap. That means there needs to be a U, and there needs to be a negative infinity and a positive infinity. So switch around the first one, and then you have it. Good job. It's not right. Oh wait, it is right. It's just written differently. There's no U, but that's the only thing that's. Oh, sorry. I was reading just the first line initially. All right, team 3, you guys close? Okay. All right, I'll give you guys 1 more minute. Sure. You should have a U, right? Because there's a gap. See, there's a U right here, so there should be a gap. Should we just go over it? Okay. All right, ladies, take a look. So the line goes from negative infinity to negative 13 over 4 with a bracket, and then there's a U because there's a gap. And then from 9 over 4 with a bracket to positive infinity. So here is the answer. Sorry, it's smeared. Negative infinity to negative 13 over 4 bracket with a U. 9 over 4 with a bracket to infinity. Any questions? Oh, ignore that. All right, does anyone need a little bit more time to copy this down? Okay, turning the page, yes.
So, wait, would it be like this? Like that, you, and then that?
Yeah, that's what I just had.
Yeah, I'm just making sure that if it was okay if I did it like that.
Yeah, you need the U in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good. All right, example number 5. A factory packages bags of sugar that are supposed to weigh 500 grams. A quality inspector checks random bags. If a bag's weight differs by more than 8 grams from the target weight, it is rejected. What is the acceptable range of weights for bags of sugar? All right, so we've got these bags of sugar that are supposed to weigh 500 grams. They could be 8 less, or they could be 8 grams more, but anything more or less than that gets rejected. So 500 minus 8 and 500 plus 8. That would be the lower bound and the upper bound. Does everyone see how I got that? Is there anyone looking at that going, whoa, what's going on? Yeah, okay. So we know that bags have to weigh 500 grams, right? But it says here it could be 8 less than that or 8 more than that. So I'm going to subtract 8 and add 8 to 500 to figure out what's the range of acceptable weights. Yes?
Why would it have the line?
So it could be exactly 8 grams less because it says if it differs by more than 8 grams. So anything more than 8 grams would not be okay, but 8 grams exactly, that's acceptable. Yes?
So why would the symbol be turned that way?
Well, I always go least to greatest. If I subtract 8 from 500, I'm going to get a lower number than if I add 8 to 500. Any other questions? Do you guys feel like you can solve this? Please solve. You don't have to graph it. You don't have to give me interval notation. Just solve the inequality. When you have your answer, please hold up your board. And I just realized I never did dress code. I'll do that now. You guys have 2 people who have questions? No, it's filled out. It's about 5 inches. I usually call it. It's shorter on one side than on the other. I don't know why. Okay, yes. You're solving it. All right, I'll give you guys 1 more minute. teams 1, 2, and 4. This is a really easy problem. What's going on? Okay, help me out. What is confusing about doing 500 minus 8? Or 500 plus 8? So here's the answer. What happened? Good job, team 3. Yeah.
I thought you were asking to, like, for example, add 8.
No, you just wanted to solve for p. Well, here you just combine like terms. 500 minus 8 is 492. Here, combine like terms. 500 plus 8 is 508, and then there's p is already isolated, so we're good there. All right, so now does it make sense? Perfect. Okay. Let's try another one. This one I'm not going to set up for you. You can set it up on your own. A machine is programmed to fill jars with 1.2 liters of juice. Ooh, decimals. It'll be okay. Due to slight variations in the filling process, the actual amount can differ by up to 0.05 liters. However, if the amount in a jar differs by more than this tolerance, the jar is removed from the production line. What is the range of acceptable amounts of juice in each jar? Okay. You're giving me the final answer. So you're giving me like this answer, but for this one. Okay? When you have your answer, please hold up your board. Okay. And Catalina, your dress code is good. Thank you. I just did dress code. You're good. Yes. Great job. 3, you guys are doing awesome. I'm going to give you guys 90 more seconds. So, one of them. So it's just like the previous problem. So 0.2 minus 0.05 is not 0.2. The second number is correct. Just a reminder, you will not be allowed calculators on this test. You'll be allowed calculators on the unit number 4 and 5 tests. Other way around, but I'll give it to you. Because you want it to be least to greatest. Yes. Least to greatest. Yeah, because 1.1, I don't want to give the answers. Your right-hand number was bigger than your left-hand number. I already gave you the point. Great job. All right, teams 1 and 4, you guys close? Is it the subtracting and adding of the decimals that you're having trouble with? So, yes, good job. All right, let me see what you guys have. You know that 1.2, right? And the variation is 0.05. And here, I think it's back in and a half. All right, ladies, here is the answer. Okay, so we have 1.2 minus 0.05, which is 1.15. Here's my work for that. And 1.2 plus 0.05, here's my work for that. It's 1.25. So the juice has to be between 1.15 and 1.25. Any questions? Okay, I'll leave this up here for a few seconds. We're going to do the challenge like a regular practice problem so that we can just kind of carry into the 3C notes. All right, anyone need a few more seconds? Okay, so the challenge says a drone is flying along a straight path toward and then past a radio tower. Its distance, d in meters from the tower after t seconds, is modeled by this absolute value equation. So the distance from the drone to the radio tower equals this, where t is time in seconds. I will give a bonus point if someone can tell me what 150 represents in terms of the real world situation. Go ahead.
Wait, is this like guess?
You can guess, sure.
Okay, great. I want to say how many, how long, how far, like, distance away from it? No.
Say it one more time.
There's 150 represent like the distance between. Like,
I'll give it to you. It's the starting distance.
the starting distance. Okay, great.
So 150 is the starting distance from the tower. I'm going to back up a little bit so I can get the whole line there. 150 meters is the starting distance of the drone to the tower. Okay. I'll give a bonus point if someone can raise their hand and tell me what does the 12 represent. Go ahead. Yeah.
The seconds that, wait, am I wrong? Oh, the time?
It's not the time. It's a good guess, though. Do you have a guess?
Oh, the time.
You guys got the last one.
The time it takes you to get from.
It's not the time. It's not the distance. 150 is the starting distance. Yes.
How tall is the tower?
Not tall. Yeah.
Like, so from, okay, so the distance from the distance you take from the initial distance, like.
Not quite. No one else? All right, Ella, go ahead.
Okay, is it how fast it goes?
Yes, it's the speed. Good job. All right, yes, 12 represents the speed at which the drone is moving toward the tower. All right, and part C says, at what time or times is the drone 90 meters from the tower? What do I do with the 90 in terms of this equation in order to solve that? So this one isn't one that you can just answer off the top of your head, but it takes some solving. What do I do with the 90? I'll give a bonus point for that. Yes. No? Okay. No? What do I do with the 90? Yes. Don't subtract. So I have my equation, and I have this 90. What do I do with the 90? Yes. So 90 is D. D is distance, so we want to know when is D. When is the distance 90? So what you're going to do is you're just going to plug in 90 for D. And then you solve for T. Any questions how I got this equation? Do you guys feel like you could solve this? Go ahead and solve it. When you have your answer, hold up your board. So the answer here is going to give you at what time or times is the drone 90 meters from the tower? Yes? Toward the tower. There you go. That's one of them. Did you split it? Remember, it's an absolute value, so you have to split. You're going to get two answers here. What's 24 divided by 12?
2, so then 20.
It's not right, sorry. The first number's right. It's not right. All right, I'm going to give you guys 90 more seconds, and then we'll go over it. It's okay. It's not right. The first number's right.
The first one is?
Yeah. Yes, good job, team 2. Hide that. So far, you're the only team to get it right.
Wait.
Yes. Teams 2 and 4, good job. Yes. Yes. All right, everyone got it? You guys are awesome. Here is the answer. All right, so when you split the absolute value, you have 150 minus 12t equals 90, and 150 minus 12t equals negative 90. So I'm going to subtract 150 from both sides. This gives me negative 12t equals negative 60. Divide by negative 12, t equals 5. Over here, when I subtract 150, I get negative 12t equals negative 240. Divide by negative 12, t equals 20. So the question was, at what times is the drone 90 meters from the tower? At 5 seconds and at 20 seconds. All right, any questions on this problem? All right, here's a question. If we were to end the notes here and just save 3C for next class, would everyone be willing to actually work on something related to this class for the remainder of the class time? Do you guys all have something in the homework or notes? Okay. If there are no objections, then I'm going to just push the 3C notes to next class. That way you guys will be in the same place as Block A. You guys did a great job. Go ahead and you're welcome to grab your cell phones. You can take out your computers, and please start working on your homework. Yes. Of course, yeah. Yeah. But wait, you can't use 3C though.
No, this is
3B? Yeah, of course.
yeah, I promise you I won't do it.
Yeah, you're good. Just because of the team points. There you go. But you can also get them from a teammate if you prefer.
I think I'm gonna
I understand. Yeah. Give me one